First of all, there's a user guide or user manual at the front of the case. Please make sure you read this as it contains important safety and health usage information. Inside the case is an extinguisher bottle, the extinguisher handle assembly and hose, the VR headset, the end of hose tracker, and various charge and video connection cables. Also in the case, you might find things like a spare battery as an optional extra. Under the head-mounted display, some other usage information and safety information you should read. A spare controller. This isn't used for the FLAIM Extinguisher product, but might be used in future generations. Our charger brick with international adapters for different countries around the world. Our charge lead for the head-mounted display itself. Our video adapter for connecting to an external display, and various charge leads and extension cables. So we're going to assemble the unit now. We're going to take the extinguisher bottle out. We're going to get our extinguisher head and we're going to spin it on. We're going to take our end of hose tracker out and connect it on. That's all that's required to set up the FLAIM extinguisher. We can get our head-mounted display out and get to work. So now we're going to run through the operation and setup of the head-mounted display itself. You can see that if we take it out of the box and short push the power button, we've got 75% power, so 3 of the 4 lights are on. If we push and hold this power button for about 10 seconds, the system will start up and the lights will come on. And we can adjust the head strap to put the head-mounted display onto our head. You want to make sure that you're nice and comfortable. The position of the head-mounted display is in front of your eyes and it's nice and clear. Under the bridge of your nose, you'll see an adjustment to adjust the distance of the screen between your eyes. Adjust this so it's nice and clear. Now we're going to take our extinguisher. And most of the time the controllers will turn themselves on automatically. The end controller needs a short push of the power button, which is denoted by the L and R buttons on the front. Short push, and you can see that the little light will come on above the L. Now that the unit has started up, you can see that we've got an extinguisher. In this case, it requires an update. We've got the ability to connect to our wireless display receiver, our Wi-Fi networks, change languages or change settings in system. You can also see the battery indicator indicating the battery level of the head-mounted display. We're going to go into the extinguisher app and you can see our categories environment. So this lobby environment contains all of the different training environments. If we go to extinguishers, we can see all of the different extinguishers that we support. And depending upon the language that you selected and the location that you select, these extinguishers may look different. You can go to the technique and run through the pass screen, which will teach you how to use the pass technique. And once again in here, we have the ability to connect to Wi-Fi, the ability to connect to our display receiver, and the ability to input a user key for training records capture. So now we're going to plug our HDMI receiver into our TV, HDMI port. We're now in the extinguisher lobby, and if we want to connect to an external display so that other students or instructors can see what's happening, we can go up the top right and select our casting menu and select it by pushing the select button. You can see now that up on the screen, it will say connecting now. Now that we're transmitting to the screen, instructors and students can watch the progress of the person in the virtual environment. So now we can see our fire extinguisher, we can see our hose and tracker. It's also very important that the user holds the hose itself, as holding the tracker could occlude the tracking, resulting in poor performance. You can see I've got the pin out at the moment. We can push the pin back in, and we can select some of the training categories by either squeezing the handle of the extinguisher or hovering over the category for about 5 seconds. If we hover over the pellet fight, will enter into that training environment. I've got the ability to adjust the headset volume under my left eye by pushing buttons up or down. And now that I'm in the training environment, I can choose an extinguisher, once again by hovering over it or by squeezing the handle. So I'm going to choose a dry chemical. I can then walk around the training environment using my suppressant, using the pass technique, making sure I pull, aim, squeeze and sweep effectively. If I run out of suppressant, I can try again. You can see I've just missed extinguishing the fire here, and I might get reignition. I might choose to go back to lobby, or I might try it again. To power down the system, simply remove the head-mounted display from your head and push and hold the power button for about 10 seconds. And you'll see the lights go off. Once the head-mounted display is correctly powered down, you put the head-mounted display back in the case. Please make sure you charge it prior to the next use. So now we're going to run through how to charge the system after use. So we're going to get our head-mounted display charger out, and that simply plugs into the back of the head-mounted display and plugs into a power outlet. Depending upon the country of use, you can use the international power adapter to get American, UK, Australian, or European power outlet. Once the head-mounted display is charging, we also need to charge the two controllers. So we're going to get our USB-C Y adapter, ensuring that the two cables are down the bottom, plugging into the side of the head-mounted display, plugging into the rear of the hose tracker, and also plugging into the rear of the extinguisher bottle tracker. So this setup will charge both the head-mounted display from the wall and the two controllers from one power outlet.